Hello lovers, it is time somehow to choose the books we're going to be reading in June. And by that I mean the books that I will try to read and I will most likely fail, but that's okay because we are here for the fun of it. I'm filming this a little bit early because I have to drive to LA tomorrow. But by the time that you're seeing this, it should be like May 30th, I think. By the time you're seeing this, I will almost be driving back up to Oregon. Wow, time travel is weird. As per usual, I have a little list in front of me of the books I know that I have to read for videos that I'm filming in June. However, I only know 3 books that I have to read in June. Spoiler alert, the other videos, they all have to do with reading books that I'm not in control of. Perhaps another read it or unhaul it situation. Who's to say? But as per usual, I'm gonna be picking 7 prompts from this little fish tank, and I'm gonna try to align it with at least the 3 books that I know. So without further ado, let's get into it. By the way, if I look a little tear-stained right now, I did just come from therapy, so ignore that. This is a pro-therapy channel. We're doing everything in our power to make ourselves as healthy and happy as possible. And without further ado, let's pick the first slip. You, who are you? You're upside down. What does that say? Huh? In Antarctica? I have gotten this f***ing prompt before. How is that possible? Over 700 slips in here. How now, 2 months in a row, have I gotten duplicate slips? Egg go! Come on. I've started taking Egg out onto the deck to let her sit in the sunshine, and now all she wants to do is go on the deck and sit in the sunshine. So she just sits at the door and she f***ing screams. Okay, a book set in Antarctica. I think I know what I would do here, but to be sure, I'm gonna look up a list and see if any other books that I own are actually set in Antarctica. I'll be right back. So it turns out I actually have, as far as I know, 6 books that are set in the Antarctic. I also have a few set in the Arctic. A Haunting in the Arctic, Good Morning Midnight, and part of Never Whistle at Night, but we are not talking about those. So my options for set in Antarctica are The Brief History of the Dead by Kevin Brockmeyer, Toward Eternity by Anton Hur, The Comet Seekers by Helen Sedgwick, My Last Continent by Midge Raymond, Migrations by Charlotte McConaughey, and Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey, which is set on the fictional island of Shearwater, a tiny island not far from Antarctica. And out of these 6, Wild Dark Shore is absolutely the one that I'm choosing. Thank you guys for your service. I'll see you later. Wild Dark Shore is a book that became insanely popular last year and was high up on the list of a lot of people's favorite books of 2025. And I feel left out. And the book I'm about to start filming is a book for my birthday where I read whatever the f I want to. And guess what the f I want to read? I want to read Wild Dark Shore, which is about, if I'm remembering correctly, a father and his 2 children who live on this little island off of Antarctica, and they're there keeping care of a seed bank. And then a woman washes ashore, and there's kind of a mystery surrounding it going along with it. So, Wild Dark Shore officially is the first book that I have on my TBR for June. I finally get to see what everyone's talking about. Book 2. That one. Is that upside down? I feel like it's always upside down. Is that upside down? What does that say? Author B. Author whose name starts with B. Okay. Author whose name starts with B. Hi, meow. So there are 3 books that I'm debating that I'm hoping I want to be in the mood for. Oh, wait! Shit! These are ones that I want to read in May. Oh no! This is also one that I'm supposed to maybe be reading in May. What do I do? Okay, whatever. If I don't get to this in my reading whatever the f I want for my birthday vlog, then I'll try and read it in June. Is that good? Oh man, I've been thinking about this all wrong. Oh no. Well, I'm doing the same thing for the next prompt. So, for author whose name starts with B, I have 3 books whose author's last names start with B that I'm considering reading for my reading whatever the f— you know what? But there's 3 days in June that are still gonna be counted towards this vlog. So, so maybe one of these will be the very last one that I read for the vlog so that technically I'm reading it in June. Does that work? Anyway, the options are— no, go, no, oh. Okay. Red Rising by Pierce Brown, which starts with a B. The Second Death of Locke by V.L. Bovalino, which starts with a B. And Empire of Shadows by Jacqueline Benson, which Benson starts with a B. God, I'm mad at myself. Whatever, we're gonna roll with it. I'm choosing Empire of Shadows by Jacqueline Benson. I was promised something that resembles something like The Mummy. And that's really what I need at this time in my life. I need adventure. I need hot people in the jungle. I need a mummy Indiana Jones treasure hunter situation. information, and that is what I'm told I will find in here. One trifling little arrest shouldn't have cost Ellie Mallory her job, but it's only the latest in a line of injustices facing any educated woman with archaeological ambitions. When Ellie stumbles across the map to a mysterious ancient city, she knows she's holding her chance to revolutionize pre-Columbian history. There's just one teensy complication. A ruthless villain wants it, and Ellie is all that stands in his way. To race him to the ruins and avoid being violently disposed of, she needs the help of maverick surveyor Adam Bates, a snake-wrangling rogue who can't seem to keep his shirt on. But there's more than Ellie's scholarly reputation and life on the line. Her enemies aren't just looters. They're after an arcane secret rumored to lie in the heart of the ruins, a mythical artifact with a power that could shake the world. Between stealing trousers, plummeting over waterfalls, and trying not to fall in love with her machete-wielding partner, will Ellie be able to stop the Oracle of a Lost Empire from falling into the wrong hands? You all know by now I don't read romance when it's contemporary, specifically romance. Adventure, jungles with a subplot of romance, that I can fucking get behind. I need more Mummy in my life. Especially now that they announced that they're doing a Mummy 4. Brendan Fraser is coming back. Rachel Weisz is coming back. They're coming back. And now I know in my head that we're talking about June and not May. That is how I will go about the next 5 books. Stupid. What is blue? Oh, blue is something that a subscriber sent to me to put in here. What does that say? Is it upside down? Probably. Yeah. Every single one of these is upside down. I don't know how that happens. 100+ years old. Oh. Right. 100+ years old. I really thought 100+ years old was going to be a difficult one to do. However, this is a book that I chose for last month's TBR, and then I had to rearrange my videos a little bit. And so now a video that I was supposed to be filming in May is going to be filmed in June. So a book that is definitely over 100 years old is The Odyssey by Homer. I will be reading The Odyssey and 2 other books for a video where I'm reading the books before I get to watch the movie versions of that book. Do I need to tell you what I don't need to tell you what the Odyssey is about. It's the fucking Odyssey. Wow, that was so easy. 100+ years old. What would I have been able to choose for that if I wasn't reading the Odyssey? Let's check that out. That seems like fun. I would have been able to choose the complete Kama Sutra, a few different books of poetry, Dante's Inferno, some William Shakespeare plays, anything by Thoreau, oh, Alice in Wonderland, The Jungle Book, The Island of Dr. Moreau, Peter Pan. I would have had like a good few options here, but the Odyssey it is. Okay, 3 down, 4 to go. You gonna be upside down yet again? What does it say? What's the whole thing say? Starts with the. Sick. Starts with the. That should be easy. Oh my god, this is way too broad. This is way too broad. Starts with the. The Odyssey is what I should have done. Why is this so broad? Oh dear god. Okay, I want to choose a short book. I want a novella, so there's a chance that I actually can read it in the month of June. Give me a novella that starts with the. Oh, yeah, I know what I want to do. Hold on. Okay, my choice for a book that starts with the is The Extra by Annie Neugebauer. Sorry, Annie, for butchering your last name like that. The Extra by Annie N. This is a really, really short little horror novella. It says 10 people head out on a backpacking trip, but the first night, 11 people set up camp. Everyone remembers everyone else. Who is the extra? I saw Kayla from Books and Lala read this and love it. I also know that a second book in this interconnected series is coming out in a few months, and then a third one is coming out next year. So hopefully I love it, and I have a new novella series that I'm obsessed with. Okay, sick. Oh wait, there's so many things. Oh, hello. Stickers. There's stickers and bookmarks galore inside here. Okay, The Extra by Annie N is our 4th book. I like our choices so far. I'm having a good time. 3 more to go. This one feels like it's never been opened before. That feels like it's upside down. That seems more right. What does that say? Adventure. Adventure? Oh, I could have chosen most of these. Empire of Shadows is adventure. The Odyssey is definitely adventure. They're camping and hiking in The Extra. I guess it's an adventure to live on an island near Antarctica to take care of a seed bank and a woman. Oh, how specifically do I have to follow this prompt? Does it have to be just adventure and like not fall into any other categories? Is that even possible? It's like, this is adventure, but it's also romance and fantasy. I feel like an adventure can be anything. Really? Right? We can take adventure as like a broad word. Right? Right? So like I could take an adventure on a distant planet called Arrakis. I could take that as an adventure, right? Because this is in fact the second book I'm going to be reading in this vlog about reading books before the adaptations come out. And I did some tallying last night and I realized that I have put this book on way too many TBRs, and it's kind of become a joke among certain people who know me. Hi, Allie. But guess what? It's actually getting read finally in the month of June. So do I need to explain Dune Messiah to you? It's about Paul Muad'Dib Atreides. It comes after the first Dune book, and I'm reading it in June. Finally. Actually, I'm actually reading it in June. I know I keep saying this over and over, but it's actually getting read in the month of June, finally. This is a source of shame for me. It's a huge source of shame. I think I talk about Dune Messiah in the very first video I ever posted on YouTube. I was like, I need to read it this month, and this month was like March 2024. I am a monster. I'm a creature. I'm a shameful person. Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh my god, so many are falling out. That has to be a redo, because I don't know what just happened. Okay, I need to cover that hole so nothing can fall out. That one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the penultimate slip that we're choosing. Is it upside down? Probably. Hardcover. Is that a hardcover? Where are you? I think I'm giving up all 3 books that I'm reading for this video because the hardcover I'm putting on here is Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. This is the 3rd book that I'm reading so that I can watch the movie adaptation of that book. This is another one that I'm behind on. I am 4 years behind on this one. Everyone and their mother has read this book. Jenna. Who's Jenna? Jenna has read the book and I have not. Anyway, if I'm remembering this correctly, there's an old woman who works at an aquarium and a young man who comes to start working at the aquarium. She takes care of an octopus, this guy right here, and her son went missing like 20 years earlier, and the new guy who comes to work at the aquarium is also searching for something to fill the hole in him, the void in his heart, something like that. Anyway, that was Remarkably Bright Creatures, and that's gonna be on the docket. Okay, we got one more to go. Wow, this is going like a lot more smoothly than my TBR videos usually go. Normally I have to like scroll on a bunch of websites and I have to call people up and shit. This is going really, really smoothly, although maybe I just jinxed it. Well, I didn't get a punishment prompt, so I can't have jinxed it that much. What is that? Wheel color generator. Okay, so I jinxed it a little bit because now we are using the phone to look something up. So I generate a color on a wheel color generator and then I choose a book that's mostly that color. Got it. Wheel color picker. Wheel of colors. Oh, let's not forget to screen record. Get the f out of here. Why are all these ads? Okay, wheel of colors. I'm gonna randomize this. I'm gonna shuffle them up and then we're going to spin. Red. Oh, that's funny. I shuffled them, but the colors didn't shuffle with it. So it's a light blue slice, but it's red. Okay, red. Easy. Should be easy, right? A red book. A red book. Why do I feel like most books are blue? What the f book is red? How much red does it have to have on it? Is it like mostly red or can it have like little bits of red? Okay, let me go gather some options. Okay, I've gathered 5 books here that all have at least a solid chunk of red on the cover, and we're gonna narrow them down together. So I have Kill the Beast by Sarah Swift, which has this lion god looking guy on the front. I have Vengeful by V.E. Schwab because I read Vicious last month. And then the 3rd book in the series comes out, I think in October. Maybe I should put this back. I want to read this book like right in the middle of when I read the first one and when I can get the yeah, I'm gonna put this back. I want it to be right in the middle. Also, it's like close to 500 pages, and with the videos I have going on in June, I'm not gonna have time for that. A great contender because of that is Come Closer by Sarah Gran, because this is only 145 pages, so that's a contender. I have Knock Knock Open Wide by Neil Sharpson, which is a book that I've been wanting to get to for fucking forever. However, there's some red on the cover, but most of it's black and white, so I kind of feel like that's cheating. And then there's also Someone You Can Build a Nest In by John Wiswell, which is mostly red. However, again, I think that I should be going for the shortest book so that there is at least a chance of me getting to it in June. Yeah, that's what yeah. Yeah, I've talked myself into it. Okay, Come Closer by Sarah Gran, I believe is a possession story. A recurrent unidentifiable noise in her apartment. A memo to her boss that's replaced by obscene insults. Shoplifting, fighting, blackouts. A voice in her head that tells her to meet strange men in bars to hurt people. Amanda is a successful architect in a happy marriage. There must be a reasonable explanation for all this. Okay, I imagine this is going to be a possession versus mental health book. Is she possessed by a demon versus does she have bipolar type 1 or some kind of schizoaffective disorder? And I'm stoked. And this was a book that was sent to me by my lovely Chanel at Chanel Chapters. Hello, my beautiful woman. I am hoping to read this book that you gave me in June. So the others can go back home. Thank you for your service. Goodbye. Oh, hell yeah. And we did it. That was 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so if you need to remember, I pulled a book set in Antarctica and I chose Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. I pulled author's name starts with B and I chose Empire of Shadows by Jacqueline Benson. I pulled a book that's over 100 years old and I chose The Odyssey by Homer. I pulled a book that starts with The and I chose The Extra by Annie Neugebauer. I pulled Adventure and I chose Dune Messiah by Frank Herbert, which counts as an adventure to me. I chose a hardcover book and I chose Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. And finally, I got Wheel Color Generator and it generated red. And so therefore, I will hopefully be reading Come Closer by Sarah Gran. Okay, that did seem a little more smooth than most months. Wow, I kind of missed the chaos, but you know, that was kind of nice. We got done with that real fast. And also now you guys are fully clued in on one of the videos I'm doing. I told you all 3 books. So I hopefully it's still fun for you to watch if it's not a surprise. So until next month, our TBR fish tank says goodbye. Thank you for being here. If you can hear me, you can read the subtitles. I appreciate you. I hope you're excited because we're all gonna have an incredible summer. We're gonna be happy, healthy, having a good time. I'll see you soon. Love you, bye. Ow, by the time you're seeing that, ow, I didn't mean ow. Egg, eggo.